Vawa. So I think it's far better to be able to switch to a process where you have control, where you don't have to put up with the mistreatment, than to stay in that situation and be uncertain about your future, because that is what happens. When I have observed some of my clients who first start the process with their relative, a lot of that control is taken away from them, and a relative that's mistreating them constantly uses it, holds it over their head throughout the process. And sometimes when it comes to the very end of the process, they don't show up to the interview. If an interview is scheduled, for example, in the marriage base where the interview is very important, it's very common for a spouse that's mistreating you to then turn around and say they're not going to show up to the interview to help you to finalize the process. Sometimes they will cancel in the middle of the process. They will secretly, and that the spouse only finds out later that their process was completely canceled to begin with. Another thing is when you sit down on this and you wait until the interview, if you, in your gut, you feel like the spouse is not going to follow through all the way through the process with you, it's time to explore VAWA, where if the spouse is also mistreating you, you can apply for VAWA at the same time. So keep that in mind. That you do have the option, not because you started the process. It doesn't mean that you can't then start your own process if you're being mistreated. Now I'm going to answer questions. So put those questions in the comments. I'm seeing many questions coming